Hey, welcome back to the Garden Rebel channel, and today we're down at the garden spot with a harvesting issue that we are going to deal with in our sweet potatoes. Now, a lot of people misunderstand the sweet potato and the harvesting schedule. A lot of people go by the old tale, you can't harvest them until after the first frost in the fall. Now, with that being said, that's a misconception. You can harvest your sweet potatoes earlier than that, but they can be left up to the first frost in the ground, then you can harvest them. I came down here the other day, we cut the vines off of the potatoes, what we could, and today we're going to harvest them. Now, I always harvest my sweet potatoes after the first frost. Well, this year's a little bit different because we've got more rain moving in from other tropical storms, and I kind of want to get them out of the ground so they don't have a tendency to rot like our previous potato crop did with the Kennebecks and the red potatoes. If they're left in the ground too long, they will rot, and you've wasted your time and your resources and also your money. Now, in this garden spot, we only put 10 sweet potato slips in the ground. I've already gotten right around 8 pounds of potatoes off of 2 slips, so this was just a test on the area and the dirt and how the soil was going to react to sweet potatoes, and it turned out really well. So what does that tell me about next year? It means next year I will plant more sweet potatoes in this area to share with my friends and family. However, instead of wasting all that money and all that effort and all the time in planting several rows of sweet potatoes in this area, we went with 2 small ones just as a test area. So, with that being said, let's get to harvesting. I'm really anxious to see what's under the ground. Our turnip green patch. Turnip greens are starting to really come in pretty good. That is plenty enough. If 2 people said they cannot live off this much turnip greens, they eat a lot of turnips and kale and spinach. We've also got some fresh tomato plants coming up in there, which won't make anything, but it's cool just to watch them grow. So, let's get to digging these sweet potatoes. We came down here earlier this week, and I tried to cut all the sweet potato vines that I could out of the ground and just leave the potatoes, but we've got some still attached. I didn't get a real good job done. I'm not bending over a lot due to an injury. Grab our pitchfork. Now, fine. That's a good sweet potato. Pretty good sweet potato right there. If I do say so myself. Then we'll dig around where that vine was at. I use a pitchfork. Pretty easy to do. Go through here and kind of pop the dirt up. Just like that right there. Now this is 1 slip that we've put in the ground, and we do have some small ones, and we could have let them grow just a little bit longer, but you know, with the rain coming in, why chance it? We're going to have some really good sweet potatoes in here, and these small ones are great for casseroles. I'm really pleased that the flood did not kill our sweet potato production. It probably hurt it a little bit, but that's okay. We got some. We're happy with what we got. Now, I come through here last week and I actually dug some of this up, but you want to go back and hit the sides because it's easy to leave a sweet potato of that size in the ground. Check the outside of your hills. If you plant your vine in this area, you want to go 8 to 10 inches on each side of the vine and check for potatoes. Especially if your soil's loose. This is really loose soil. So we're doing good. Pull our vines up. Pitchfork. And just turn your dirt. Lay them right there. Broke that one. That'd be good. Just fine. You're going to have little sweet potatoes like this pop up all over the garden where the vines are. They're going to be about the size of a carrot. I really don't mess with those a lot, but sometimes I will. Ooh. Pretty good ones right here. Get these loose areas right here real quick. on to our next one. We've got about $3 in sweet potato slips that we planted. So we'll see how many sweet potatoes we got. Now we dug some up already. That is the end of the row. So let me get these picked up and we'll find out. Now remember, we took 2 bags already up to my father and uncle's place. So let me get these picked up and we'll find out just what $3 worth of sweet potato slips will actually produce in this ground. I'm up to the garage and they're on my little rubber mat. Now you gotta remember, this was only $3 worth of slips and we've already harvested them prior. We dug up about 4 vines, 2 vines for each bag. So we filled up a Walmart bag for 2 people and this is what was left over. Now you're gonna say, well, that's not a lot of potatoes. We don't eat a lot of sweet potatoes. And that's a pretty good sized potato for a sweet potato. And there's several down there like that. Now, I brought the small ones in also because we'll cut them up and make French fries out of them. I don't let anything go to waste. But $3 worth of sweet potato slips is what you've got right here. And if the flood hadn't washed the dirt away from them, now those have been replanted twice. I had to go back in and cover them back up. They would have been a lot more potatoes there, but that's more than me and Karen's going to eat, honestly. So why overplant other than to give away to somebody? So in about 2 weeks, these potatoes will be cured. Now, if you're going to use them straight out of the ground for cooking, I know people that they don't let them cure, they just use them. I like to let mine cure. And as far as the harvesting goes, when that potato is mature, it's not going to get any bigger. There's no sense in leaving it in the ground. I go ahead and dig mine up because anything can happen nowadays with the weather. And I had rather get some harvest than no harvest. That's just the way I feel about it. So after these guys set in a dry, warm, usually a dark place is what I like to keep them in for about a month. They'll be cured and they'll keep all winter long. And next year, I can take one of these little guys about this size or smaller, drop it in a little pot of water, suspend it, and start my slips. Now these are the Bowler Guards. I like these. I couldn't find the Georgia Jets this year, but these are going to be some good eating this wintertime. And like I said, I only plant what me and Karen are going to eat. There's no sense in wasting space, planting more than you're possibly ever going to use. And potatoes is one garden product that we do not use a lot of. Very rarely do we eat sweet potatoes. We get a craving for them and we've got them. Certain meals I prefer them with, but we're just not a real big potato eater, and that's fine with me. I don't mind that a bit. Handy little thing when if you're harvesting in the garden and you don't feel like your back's able to do it. But we do have some good sized sweet potatoes this year. Got one probably 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, and you know, they're floating right out 1.5 pounds a pound. So for $3, you can't beat it. We got a 5-gallon bucket full of sweet potatoes, and I'm happy with it. So next year, I know that is a very productive ground for sweet potatoes, and we can put out more, and we can share them with friends and family. I just didn't want to tie up a lot of the area for something that was not going to produce good. Now, with sweet potatoes, as you've seen down there, the vines grow crazy. So if you're in a raised bed or a raised garden or a small garden spot, I suggest you plant your sweet potatoes in something else, a container, a pot, build another small raised bed, do whatever you have to do, because those vines will literally take over. And they'll wreak havoc on a garden spot if you can't keep them under control. That being said, if you're not a subscriber, please do so. Hit like, leave us a comment, or give us an idea of a future project. We'll be glad to look into it and see if we could possibly do it. But I'm the Garden Rebel, and I'm out of here until next week. Hope to see you guys next time down at the Garden Spot. Y'all have a great week.